Hello and welcome to Central Florida Eats. This is the series where we hunt down must-try bites, hidden gems, and local favorites.
We're in a new city with a new series, and lots of deliciousness is coming your way.
Brittany here from Vivacious Views, and today we're headed to the Promenade at Sunset Walk. We have not been here before, so we are excited to explore the area.
The Promenade at Sunset Walk is located in Kissimmee, Florida, right off of US 192 at Margaritaville Boulevard. It is next to the Margaritaville Resort in Orlando, just minutes from Walt Disney World, and is basically a one-stop entertainment district with tons of restaurants, bars, shopping, live music, and plenty of things to do all in one place. We are going to try some new eats at an antique car lover's paradise called Ford's Garage. This restaurant is themed like an old school service station, complete with vintage cars, classic memorabilia, and plenty of fun automotive details all throughout. Then we're going to explore the Promenade, grabbing some gigantic frozen drinks from Fat Tuesdays and checking out all the sweet treats inside It's Sugar. Let's see if this entertainment district is worth adding to your Central Florida itinerary. And come along with me as we
Have another fun adventure in Central Florida.
Just a few miles from the Disney parks, the Promenade at Sunset Walk is full of shops, restaurants, and bars, plus nightly events. First, we're going to try the eats from Ford's Garage, but before we dig in, let's take a look around because the theming here is honestly half of the experience. Ford's Garage is designed to look and feel like an old school service station, and they really committed to the theme. From the vintage Ford signs and classic garage decor to the cars parked outside, there are little automotive details pretty much everywhere you look. And if you're a classic car lover, you're definitely going to want to take a few minutes to look around before you sit down. Here's a little trivia for you. Ford's Garage first opened in Fort Myers, Florida back in 2012. And the concept was created around the idea of combining classic American cars with a casual burger and beer restaurant. And they definitely brought that idea to life. Even the lighting and decor have that vintage garage feel, but with really fun touches that make the place feel unique. We decided to sit at the bar, which gives us a really great view of everything going around us. It has that bright green glow underneath, and it even has an ice bar here so that our beer stays super cold while we're eating our meal, which I think is such a fun addition to any bar, having ice all the way around. There is a Henry Ford wall quote that says, "If I had asked people what they wanted, they would have said faster horses." And of course you have to look up because there is literally a car hanging above the bar. This particular location has two bars. There is one main bar, and then there is one also that goes from the inside to the outside that also has a car hanging above it. Seriously, everywhere you look, there is something to see. Vintage style signs, engines, garage inspired details, and nods to Ford's history. But enough about the decor, let's talk about the food. Ford's Garage has a pretty big menu, with burgers being one of their biggest draws, along with sandwiches, wings, salads, appetizers, and plenty of other American comfort food favorites. So we're going to take a look through the menu, pick out a few things that have caught our eye, and see if the food is just as impressive as the theming. Because this is such a big menu, I will link the Ford's Garage website down below in the description so you can check out the location that's closest to you and see what their menu has to offer. If you've been watching our channel for a while, you know that I love signing up for free food or deals on restaurants' websites, and Ford's Garage does have a VIP club, so we were able to sign up and received an email for the Edsels Hot Pretzels. These are salted soft pretzels served with Ford's beer cheese and honey mustard dipping sauces. This is regularly $11.50, but like I said, with us signing up for that VIP club through their website, we were able to get these for free today. And y'all know I love that. I chose the Model A burger. This is sharp cheddar cheese, applewood smoked bacon, pico de gallo, arugula, lettuce, tomato, and red onion with a sunny side up egg on a brioche bun. It was $18.50 and I chose the tater tots to go with mine. All right, let's talk about this burger. The bun was nice and soft and the burger itself really juicy. You are getting a good amount of flavor from all of those toppings. And I also really like the ratio of everything here. Nothing is completely overpowering the burger, which I think is very important. I do love the runny egg. I am a huge fan of a runny egg on a burger, but I do think my egg was a little overcooked. Honestly, after the first bite, it's a really solid burger. Is it the best burger I've ever had? No. But for what you're paying and what you're getting, I think it's worth trying. Would I come here and order this again? No, I don't think so, to be honest with you. In this area, there is just so many delicious burgers out there that this one just doesn't really give you what you're wanting from a burger joint. Steven ordered the bison burger. This is bison with sharp cheddar, bacon jam, bourbon barbecue sauce, arugula, onion ring, and chipotle aioli on a brioche bun. It is $19.99. He went with the onion rings, which you can choose between the French fries, onion rings, or tater tots. I really love the combination of the bacon jam and the onion rings on the burger. That sweet and savory combo works so well together, and it added a lot of flavor to the bison burger. Something absolutely worth mentioning is there is an additional 20% service charge plus an additional 1% entertainment fee that is assessed by not only Ford's Garage but Sunset Walk. This is the only restaurant here at the Promenade that does this, and actually only one of the few restaurants in all of Central Florida that does this. And it was a huge letdown. It didn't say on the menu. We didn't see it on the website when we first looked. And I did find out that as of July 1st, 2026, Florida passed a law to where Ford's Garage had to put it on their website. So I'm not sure if, the date that we went, if it was just not up on their website yet, but a huge letdown to get our bill and see an additional 21% charge. And I do feel like it made the service a little lackluster. I waited tables and bartended for a very long time, all throughout my teens and 20s. And I've got to say, it's just a big letdown to see those extra charges on your bill, especially if you're here on vacation. So after trying the food and checking out the atmosphere, here is my final verdict. The theming is definitely one of the strongest parts of the experience, and it makes Ford's Garage stand out from your average burger restaurant. For theming, I give it a 10 out of 10. They do go above and beyond with the theming here. The service, I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Like I said, I think that surcharge kind of makes the service here a little lackluster. The food was a 6 out of 10. I have had so many better burgers nearby. I'm talking to you, Deluxe Burger. And overall, I'd give this experience a 5 out of 10. Because of the 20% plus 1% charges that are added, no matter how the service was, it just brought the whole experience down, finding out that those charges were added. So the question is, Ford's Garage worth the hype? No, not really. Would I come back? Probably not. But if you are visiting Sunset Walk or looking for a fun car-themed restaurant near Disney World, this is definitely one to consider. Just keep in mind those extra charges before you sit down to eat. Now that we are finished eating, let's see what else the Promenade at Sunset Walk has to offer. Almost diagonally across the street from Ford's Garage is Fat Tuesday. This is a New Orleans-inspired spot known for its huge frozen drinks and tons of different flavors to choose from. So naturally, we have to stop in and see what we can get. Now let's talk about these drinks because Fat Tuesday is definitely known for going big, like the Big Easy is known for, and they have quite a few different options when it comes to their drink sizes. They also have several souvenir cups if you want to take the experience home with you. The prices vary depending on the size and cup which you choose, so there are options whether you want to try a smaller drink or go all out with one of their larger cups. And if you find a favorite and decide you want to come back for another one, most Fat Tuesday locations offer refills, although the refill options and pricing can vary depending on the location. So if you are visiting the Orlando, Central Florida area and you are a fan of frozen drinks, this could definitely be a fun souvenir to bring home and then come back and refill. And speaking of locations, there are actually several Fat Tuesday spots around Central Florida. You can find them here at the Promenade at Sunset Walk, and Old Town Kissimmee, at the Florida Mall in Orlando, and at Universal City Walk. You are allowed to taste test 3 flavors per person. So Steven and I were able to kind of mix and match and try 6 different flavors to see which kind of combination we wanted to have for our giant frozen concoction. I chose the Yard Dog today, which is a big old monster of a drink. It is $20 and then $12 for the refills whenever I want to bring it back. I did add the dollar strap so that I could hang it around my neck as we go shopping. The flavors I chose today were blue raspberry, margarita, and electric lemonade. Steven went with the refillable mug, which was $23 and $13 for refills. The flavors he chose were hurricane and green apple. It's important to note that no matter which cup you buy, you can layer as many flavors as you want within that cup. And make sure to have your camera ready because there are plenty of photo spots inside of Fat Tuesdays to capture some fun and funny pictures with the neon signs located throughout the bar. This is such a delicious and fun way to cool down on a hot Florida day. Don't worry, we'll be checking out those other spots we can bring our refill mugs back to in Central Florida. Now on to explore more of Sunset Walk. This is one of the busiest entertainment areas in all of Kissimmee. There is live music offered almost every day on the main plaza stage and at several restaurants. Right now there is a craft festival going on here, so you can check the link that I put down in the description for all of the events that go on at Sunset Walk to see when these craft festivals will be happening. I love a craft show. I actually used to do craft shows with my mom. We traveled all over South Carolina and North Carolina selling, and I really do miss it. We had a lot of fun with that. There is a second Sunday car and truck show that is held monthly here. Also, there is holiday celebrations, including the big 4th of July event with fireworks. They have New Year's Eve parties and seasonal festivals here. Also, this is more than just dining in this area. There's also the Island H2O water park. There is a studio movie grill with reclining seats and food delivered to you. There is an escapology escape room. There is a game time arcade with a restaurant and bar. And there is the Sunset Walk Slingshot, which is a giant thrill ride that launches you into the air. Big bonus for my spooky season lovers. There will be a Spirit Halloween opening soon at this location, so be sure to subscribe and stay tuned for that video. Okay, now we are heading into It's Sugar, which is basically candy lovers heaven. They have a huge selection of nostalgic candy and oversized treats, plus a ton of fun and unique sweets you might not see everywhere else. They also have those viral snacks and treats you've probably seen all over social media. And it's not just candy, they have tons of fun merchandise and gifts too. They're also known for their giant candy displays and over-the-top candy experience. So even if you don't buy anything, there's definitely a lot of fun stuff to see all throughout the store. If you're looking for a place where you can grab some bites and stroll around, enjoy some live entertainment, maybe sip on a frozen drink, and satisfy your sweet tooth all in one evening, Sunset Walk is definitely worth checking out. We will be back to explore more of these shops and entertainment and eats here at the Promenade at Sunset Walk. Not Ford's Garage anytime soon, soon, but there is so much more to explore and check out here. Also worth noting that the parking here is absolutely free, which is such a big benefit. They also offer valet parking for an additional fee.
Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, be sure to go hit that subscribe button so you don't miss our future Central Florida Eats fun. As always, stay vivacious, viewers, and we'll see you on our next video.